Oh, Jean! You know, I've been dying to meet you lately. I have so many questions that I was pondering to ask you. I hope you don't mind me being nosy. I'm just wondering if you're able to still give birth to a child. I just ask you this because you're getting on in age, and of course some women have such a small window to get pregnant in. I don't know, but aren't you past that prime age to give birth? I feel like it's definitely better when a woman is younger and more beautiful. From the looks of it, it seems that you're almost in your 50s, correct? That's so ancient. I can't believe how you haven't accomplished a really important goal in life.
No, you're far from guessing my age correctly, Olive. I've only just turned 40. Do I really look that old? You're joking, right?
Huh? Oh my god, you're 40 already? In any case, it doesn't change the fact that you've definitely become an old, rundown hag. When you get to those ages, 40 and 50 are basically the same thing, right? It's gross.
No, I don't think that's true at all, Olive. Do you really think making fun of me is going to get you anywhere in this conversation? You know one day you're going to get old too, Olive, okay? You may be still in your late 20s and feel young and possibly unstoppable. I get that. I used to be more like that. But you know, everyone ages and eventually you'll be on the same path as me. You know, you saying all this to me now isn't going to help your case once you start getting older. Someone might turn around and say the same thing as what you did to me.
Wow, that's so enlightening. It's not like I'm listening to a sermon done by a wrinkled old hag. It's embarrassing to just have to listen to you whine and moan about age. There are things that older people aren't supposed to do anymore because of the fact that they're in a certain age bracket. Do you actually understand that, Jean? You do realize that talking about memories, boasting, and preaching to younger people are the 3 big no-nos, right? We don't need to hear that crap. Even though you preach your little speech to me, it's not going to resonate with me at all. Since I'm thankfully not in your age group.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry about that, Olive. But I think it never hurts to listen to what other people have to say every once in a while. It would help you out a lot in life.
Are you kidding me with that? This is exactly what I mean. People like me who are young and have their whole life ahead of them don't need to be lectured to about age, alright? I guess I just gave you some of my own advice. No preaching. There's nothing good about being an old woman who's also dumb. Aren't you glad that my brother picked you up before you started to rot and get even more wrinkles, Jean? It's crazy that he likes older hags in society.
Okay, I've had enough of these awful things you're saying. Is there any point in this conversation, Olive? No matter what I say, you always throw it back in my face. So are you going to tell me why you are talking to me like this? What do you want from me this time, Olive? You're obviously gone out of your way to contact me, so what is it?
Oh, yes, of course. I knew there was a reason as to wanting to message you. Actually, I've got an announcement to share with you. I'm, in fact, going to have a baby. I just found out that I'm pregnant. Can you believe it? Me, Olive, having a child. I knew there was a plus to having a younger body.
Whoa, what? You're pregnant? Oh, wow. That's really exciting, Olive. Congratulations. I can't believe you're going to be having a baby. That's crazy news to hear today.
I know, right? But yes, thank you very much for those kind words, Jean. Now that I'm pregnant, I'm going to be given a lot of congratulatory gifts and money. It's going to be great.
Oh, well, I should have guessed that's what you meant when you got so excited. I suppose you can celebrate with that, but also you're going to be having a little newborn baby soon.
Yes, that as well. But I'm so glad I'm finally pregnant. Thank you very much for saying congratulations to me. My husband was also very happy about the news. So happy, in fact, that he told me that I can go ahead and tell everyone about it. We've just entered a really stable period in the pregnancy, so of course it was fine to announce it to everyone. But I was wondering the whole time if it was a good idea to report to you, Jean. I was in 2 minds about telling you.
Why would you be in two minds about telling me when I'm your sister-in-law? What would it have been like if you didn't tell me and I just found out a different way?
Well, it would be awful to do that, no? But I also didn't want to just blurt it out and tell you, since it might hurt your feelings to know my success. Think about it. My sister-in-law, who's in her 40s and still hasn't been able to give birth to a single child. You'd get jealous so easily. But I think it would have been cute to tell you either way.
No, I think that you're overthinking it too much when it comes to my age. Just because I've hit a different milestone doesn't mean that I'm always thinking about how I haven't had a child. Anyways, enough about that. I think it's great that you're pregnant, so I wish you congratulations again on being healthy and being able to carry a child, okay?
Huh? You're actually really happy for me and not thinking about how you're missing out on having a baby? I don't know how you're not. It must be a little painful for you, right? Finding this out. You must understand your own situation, right? After all, a woman who can't bear a child is obviously broken. You're truly a defect when it comes to doing your duty for the human race.
Excuse me? What the heck did you just say to me, Olive? Did you just turn around and call me a defect? Are you kidding me right now? Just hang on a minute. I can't let you get away with saying something so utterly horrible to me, alright? Do you know how utterly horrible it is to say something like that to another woman?
Oh, right. I suppose you may be right about that. I actually do apologize to you profusely. My mouth wasn't connected to my brain just a minute ago, so it sort of slipped out. But oh my god, I'm so relieved that I'm pregnant, and so I can relax and take it easy these next 7 months or so. I'm sure I'll think before I speak again, too. However, I do apologize for speaking the truth, because that was all I wanted to do, Jean. I'm not going to lie if I don't need to.
Wow. Of course, you turn around and just say more horrible things to me. Just great, Olive. I should have expected nothing less from you, to be honest. But I still think it's a good thing that you're happy and you're pregnant. It can take some women a while to get pregnant. It can be a long process. However, there's no need for you to look down on other people in their situations. Everyone lives life differently, and that's okay in my opinion.
Okay, well, just know that I really don't mean the things I say. They just slip out. But you know, I still feel so sorry for my brother right now. All because he married an older woman, and now I have an old hag as a sister-in-law. I can't help what I say to you. I guess from now on, you won't be able to have children.
Well, I'll have you know that we both knew that when it came to us dating at the start of our relationship. And also when we got married, so that's why I expect to not have kids.
Wow, are you kidding me? That's absolutely insane of you to say. What a waste of life if you don't have kids to raise. I guess you'll never experience the joy of having a child. That would be an incredibly impossible life for me to live. I would not want to be on this earth if that happened to me. It's definitely impossible.
Even though you say that to me, that's not something we can do on our own. We really have thought about it, and we're fine not having children.
Oh, if only he had married a younger woman, then maybe my brother would have had a chance to have a child. You know, I feel so sorry for him the most.
Now I know how you feel about my marriage to your brother. I get it, Olive. Why would you say these sort of things to me? Don't you think before you speak?
Well, there were more women hanging out with him too, you know? If only he chose to date one of the other women, he wouldn't be in this situation. I feel like he would have had a better shot at life if you weren't with him. You know, it's okay for you to not be with my brother.
Yeah, and I know what you're saying is simply not true. I married your brother because I felt like we were a good match and that we were destined to be together. Besides, I'm too old to go on dates with other men, and I wouldn't want to anyways because I love my husband very much, and I don't want to leave him.
But that's what I mean, Jean. Just not be with my brother and be alone for the rest of your life. Actually, my dear sister-in-law, I've got a question for you. I'm actually very curious, and I've wanted to ask you this question for a long time. Have you ever been in a relationship with a foreigner?
What the heck is with this question, Olive? Where did this come from? Since when were we talking about foreigners? Why this topic all of a sudden?
Well, I heard that the other day my brother held an international exchange party and that you didn't participate. Is that correct? Are you hiding away with your secret lover? Was it some mysterious guy who speaks Italian or something? Were you off somewhere fixing his poor communication skills?
Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Well, I haven't really interacted with a lot of foreigners, so I didn't go to the party, no. I don't know, I haven't thought about it a lot.
That's to be expected from you. You don't think much. Isn't it better to take on the challenge of meeting new people? It's a bit lame to have no experience at your age.
I don't think so. I'm just a shy person, Olive. What are you talking about? I'm already married, so I've got no interest in meeting other men.
Huh? Are you sure about that? You're not tempted to be with another man, not even a foreigner? Someone who can swoon you with their language or something? All you've got to do is just get divorced once, and you've got all the freedom in the world to meet up with some hot foreigners, okay?
What are you getting at here, Olive? I'm very happy with your brother, and I'm not doing anything to jeopardize that. So why don't you drop it, please? Why are you even talking about this sort of thing? If you want to do something like that, go ahead. But I've got no intention of doing anything to betray my husband.
Okay, I knew you were going to be boring when it came to this. If you're already becoming an old hag and don't have much dating experience, what's the point of being alive, Jean? Come on, think about it. And on top of that, you can't have children either, right? If it was me, I wouldn't like to live a life of misery.
Wow, Olive. There was no need to go that far, alright? I'm living the life I love in my own way. So stop hassling me about how I live my life.
Oh, oops. Did I hit a nerve or something? How can you act so cold towards me when all I'm doing is giving you helpful advice? I just need you to be aware about one thing. You're being old and not doing what a woman is actually supposed to do is causing trouble for the family, alright?
Causing trouble? Are you kidding me right now? Look, I'm sorry, but I'm done with this conversation. I've had enough. I'm going to stop talking to you now.
Hey, Jean, are you there? I was wondering if you had heard from Olive today. I just got a call from her telling me she's pregnant. She didn't say anything mean to you this time, did she?
Hi, sweetie. Yeah, I heard from her today, yes. She said that she had an announcement to give me. As you can imagine, there were a lot of hurtful things said to you by her.
I should have known she would have said a lot of things to you. I really don't get what she has against you, Jean. I'm really sorry about this, love. She never listens to me when I tell her to stop, and as for her, she would have wanted our kids to get along. You know, as cousins should, but...
Yeah, I get what you mean, Arthur. She doesn't seem to get that some people can have children and others can't. I'm sure it's definitely better to have a child, but...
Well, I also have a problem about how this is being handled. I'm going to tell her that too. Also, it's okay for you to bite back at her, you know? Okay? She didn't say anything too forceful to you, did she? Because she thinks she can say whatever she wants and doesn't care about the other person's feelings.
Not really, but I thought that it was more known that it's difficult for us to have children. But maybe it's good that she doesn't know that, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so. Because at that point she might start putting the blame fully on you when it's both of us who can't have children.
We can't do much more about that, Arthur. It's neither of our faults at all. But yeah, there's no need to tell Olive, who honestly doesn't need to be privy to that information.
Yes, of course. She'll just make the situation worse, and we don't need that kind of stress right now. But I do want to say something to her about how she speaks to you. I don't think I've ever heard her give so much hate to anyone but you, Jean. It's horrible how she treats you, and I want to teach her a lesson.
That's very true. She needs to know that she can't just say whatever pops into her head. She has no self-control over what she says to people, and it's very annoying. For her, you mean, the most that she has to attack me for is just being in your life. I hate it when she says bad things to me. I really don't know if anything we say to her will make her change what she says. I feel like the result of this is just going to change how she interacts with me.
Well, yeah. You may be right about that. But Jean, she needs to learn to not speak to you like that. You're being too nice to her.
I know I am. I just want there to be peace amongst us all, but she's making it very difficult to do that. There's no need to make things worse than they already are. But the words that she's saying to me lately are getting too much for me to handle. To be honest, I feel like she's trying to rip my heart out of my body.
Jean, are you being serious right now? She's been talking that badly to you. You shouldn't have to feel like that when you talk to family. Oh, I'm really sorry about this, my love. This has gone too far this time, and I think you know that as well. If you feel like there's nothing that can be done, I guess we need to cut ties from her.
Oh, really? You'd really go that far? Thank you so much for understanding and listening to me. Just for you to say that makes me feel so much more at ease. I feel like a huge weight is going to be lifted off my shoulders if we do something like this. It's always so hard to talk to her, especially when she rubs stuff in my face.
But that woman has had things boiling up in her for a long time, and she's just unloading everything onto you. It's not fair. I don't want to cause any more trouble either. My family and I are completely indebted to you. She was the one who eloped, and we didn't hear from her, and she's caused so much strife. Now she wants to return to our parents' house and have this child. I can't believe her, to be honest. She thinks everyone will just do what she says.
Well, you elope because you want to be with the person you love, but it's still hard to understand why'd she do something like that to your family. But in the end, I guess it all worked out for her, since she got married and now she's going to have a baby soon. It's kind of crazy though. Her husband gives off that criminal vibe.
Yeah, all of this is a bit complicated to me, especially, being the older brother and all. She gives me the impression that she's enjoying life too much and she'll get in trouble if she doesn't watch out. Like the other day, she was definitely having too much fun when I held that international exchange party. She made friends with quite a few participants. I don't know. But the other day I saw her getting really cozy with some foreign guy, and it's really suspicious behaviour in my opinion, considering she's married.
Oh, okay. But what exactly about it is suspicious, sweetie? It was supposed to be fun, right? No harm in that, right? But what exactly happened?
Oh, yeah, the party itself was fun and it was a good time for sure. I might be wrong here. There was some Italian guy in the group and I saw they were holding hands with my married sister. Like, surely I'm wrong about this, right? I was just seeing things, right? They can't have been holding hands, right?
The heck? No way. Is that true? To be honest, I think you're right, Arthur. I'm pretty sure that happened. I'm not sure if it was that guy or not. But we need to deep dive into the details.
Yeah, you're right. It just seems so wrong of her to do something like that, considering she's pregnant. I was just shocked with what I saw, to be honest.
No, I don't blame you, Arthur. It's horrible to betray someone you married like that. She's an adult and should know better. She's pregnant and she wants to celebrate that. But it seems the wrong way now.
You really do have a big heart, my dear. I'm really glad that I married someone like you. Thank you for choosing me to be your husband. What are we going to do? I mean, it sounds like she's going to be returning to our parents' house soon, so I guess I'll welcome her back and confront her about some things.
Oh my god, Jean! It's just so rude and uninviting that my sister-in-law gets to live in such a nice house. This family doesn't need you, so please leave.
I don't get why I should be the one who has to leave, Olive. You turn around and say this even though I welcomed you back with open arms. I thought it was only fair to move you back in because you came to have the baby. But I'm tired of being criticized by you day after day.
That's why I'm telling you now to get out. Our family has no use for a woman who can't bear children. It's disgusting. You do know that I threw all your luggage away, right? That room was once yours and had all of your crappy things in it. It's now full with my lovely and priceless things. It's my room now, so you've got nowhere to stay.
Is this some kind of sick prank? Are you seriously telling me that you threw out my things? You're forcing me out of my house? What's your problem, Olive?
No problem. You just naturally don't deserve to be in this house, Jean. I saw that my brother brought a younger woman over to bear his children. I hope that he brings her home so that we can be rid of you forever. It's going to be so nice having a younger woman in the house along with me.
I can't believe you're doing this to me. Do you know how insane this is? Did you throw out your brother's things as well?
I'm pretty sure that all I threw away was your stuff. I made my own decision when it came to that. Even though you don't have any children, you still have a big house. It makes no sense to me. That's why I want you gone. It's better to have a little crisis to deal with, Jean, so that you can think fast as to what to do.
Okay, Olive, we've had enough of this. You've gone way too far this time. I should have expected you to try something like this, but I'll never forgive you for it.
Oh, boo-hoo! Shut up, you old hag. I don't give a crap about how you feel about this. I just want you out. From now on, this is the house I live in, not you. It was such a great idea for me to elope and come back to the new home. I'm so smart. So you both need to get out now, or else.
You know, Olive, I really don't understand you at all. Why would you do something like this to your own family? Do you know how evil you are?
Fine, I'll say it again. You're an unproductive old hag who can no longer push out a child, so there's no point to you being in the family. I don't want my baby being subjected to someone like you in this house, so that's why I'm asking you to leave now. I don't want me or my baby to be exposed to all of your germs.
Oh, so that's how you feel about me then. I should have known after the way you've been talking to me these past few months. I get it. Good luck to you, Olive.
If anyone needs luck right now, it's you. You're the one who's going to have to find a new house to live in, otherwise you'll be on the streets.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We will no longer go anywhere near that house. We'll no longer bother you with our presence anymore. Enjoy having it all to yourself. Goodbye.
Jean! Hey! I need your help! Please, you need to get back to the house immediately. There's no way that I can deal with this on my own, so I really need you to come back. Please help me.
I heard what you're dealing with from Arthur. You know, after how you've been treating me, I don't want to help you, so ask someone else. I've got nothing else to say to you.
Hey! No, come on, don't say such things, Jean. Of course you should help me out. I'm your sister-in-law, after all. I'm sure you heard about this home loan business from Arthur. Were you the one who was paying for it this entire time? Are you kidding me? Why didn't you say something to me before I moved back in? When the bill came, I couldn't pay for it.
Oh, yes, about that. Yeah, I was paying for the home loan, yes. I knew that you'd message me asking for my help. So far, this is what I expected from you.
I guess so, but it's because I can't pay for the loan, and I also had no idea that you were paying for the loan. You're so kind, so I thought that you would help. I'm not in a good position to pay for any bills or big loans. Because of the way you are, I thought that you would assist since I'm in a bad position.
Huh? What do you mean that I would help you out? I don't understand what you mean at all. To be honest, you don't understand me and how I work anymore, Olive. You're a complete scumbag that comes nowhere near close to deserving any help from anyone. You got into this mess yourself, so get out of it.
Please don't say things like that to me, Jean, please. I don't know what else to do right now. My head is coming up with blanks. We're the same, are we not? You understand my situation right now, don't you? You can't just leave me with no help at all. I really need some assistance, so please just help me out.
You know, there's one thing that I've learned from this. The father of your child isn't some criminal. He's some foreigner that you might on a whim, right?
So what? This must be some kind of misunderstanding that we've got going on here. I never thought something like this would happen.
Well, I don't think anyone would think that considering how horrible you've been to me. I didn't know you were two-timing your husband and your side piece, Olive. You're having a relationship with some foreigner while you're married to some criminal. It makes no sense, but I know that the father is different.
Shut up, Jean! You don't know anything! I don't know what you're talking about. I've never had a relationship with a foreigner before. But so what if I'm interested in them? That Italian guy was really nice to me, and one thing led to another. Marco was so kind and sweet, and...
So it's true. I should have known you were doing something with that Marco guy. Your brother wondered if something was going on with the two of you. When the international exchange partner was going on, you two were getting really friendly, and it looked too close to be only friends. Arthur told me that he saw you two almost snuggling up with one another. Weren't you two walking hand in hand almost all night? Olive, don't you know that's cheating?
Wait, what did you just say? Are you telling me that my brother saw what I was doing? You're kidding me, right? Are you sure he wasn't just seeing things?
Well, he was hoping that he was wrong, but he saw what he saw. And now, from the sounds of it, it's been proven correct. There's no way he didn't see you both holding hands.
Oh, come on! Everyone makes mistakes, right? Even though I'm married, I still have an attraction for other men. It's natural. I get confused sometimes.
Not to the point that they cheat and act on those feelings. I bet all my money that the baby that you're going to have is very much not your husband's. So we took everything into our hands and told your husband what you've done. Don't you know how horrible it is to betray someone you're married to, Olive?
How dare you! You called my husband and told him what happened? Are you crazy? Why would you do that? How could you? You're going to regret this.
I don't think I'll regret doing anything to you, Olive, considering you very much deserve everything that comes to you now. You stabbed your husband in the back. He deserved to know so that he can deal with this situation properly. I'm sick of having this conversation with you. I've got a life to live and I don't want to waste any more of my time with you. I hope you find some way of paying all those bills that'll be sent to you. But at this rate, you might be kicked out of the house for what you've done. Goodbye, Olive. We're officially cutting ties with you from today. I really hope that baby gets an okay life, even though you'll be its mother. Good luck with everything.
After the conversation ended with Jean, Olive's life completely flipped upside down. Olive had her child, who ended up being the Italian guy's child. He got roped into being with her, and it seems like they're raising the child while he works all hours to keep them afloat. Her delinquent husband got really mad at her once he found out about the affair. Apparently, she was asked to pay alimony to him since she cheated on him. They eventually settled everything and got divorced. Arthur was turning a blind eye to how Olive was talking to Jean and felt really bad for it. He was completely taken aback by the incident, so they both decided to disconnect themselves from Olive. Naturally, Olive got kicked out of the house after she tried to throw Arthur and Jean out. They were able to reclaim the house and have promised each other to not have anything to do with Olive anymore, even though she has a baby. They hope that Olive will take the opportunity to think back on what she's done to them and that she'll treat people better in the future.